Boy guys, what's up? It's me, Clyde Coel, and I'm here, and welcome to a new Animal Jam video. And today, I'm going to be telling you guys about 5 things that I think Animal Jam could use to make the masterpiece feature so much better. Now don't get me wrong, everyone, the masterpieces are amazing. I don't dislike them, but these are some awesome ideas that I've had for a while. And if Animal Jam could see this, or, someone could show this to Animal Jam, or at least someone who had a little bit of authority, or something, as long as, I don't know. I just want this to be heard. I don't want to be the only person, and I'd like to hear everyone else's opinions, see if there's any other ideas that I left out, or if they agree with my ideas. So yeah. That you click on this masterpiece and you're like, I don't really like this much. And you accidentally hit it just because you've been liking all the other features. And I don't know about you, but if you're on Instagram and you're like scrolling down, you're like, click, 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 click. And then you're like, wait, I didn't really like that. I don't like that. That's me. I don't know about you. But anyway, so say you're like, oh, I didn't mean to like that. And then there's no way you can unlike it. Look, I'm clicking. You can't unlike it. Now, I don't think there should be a dislike feature just because there are children who are 7 years of age who are very spoiled, who, and even unspoiled little children, are just gonna be like, what? Everyone hates my terrible masterpiece. I mean, it's really terrible. And also there are those people who just dislike the most beautiful masterpieces, and that can be really, really hurtful to some people. I mean, So anyway, so like I said, there are some little kids who played this game, so I don't think there should be a dislike button, just so that feelings don't get hurt. So yeah. Animal Jam should implement into their game for the masterpieces is that, if you guys haven't noticed, is that be making a masterpiece like this, and then you think, oh, I have to go soon, or oh, I have to go do my chores, or whatever, or my homework, but you don't want to exit out this beautiful masterpiece, because I was going to say this is the best masterpiece ever. I mean, so beauteous, beauteous. No, but in all seriousness, say you really like the masterpiece that you're doing, but you have to go do homework, which will take a little while, or whatever. And if you guys don't know, if you're gone too long in Animal Jam, you'll see the Are You Still Playing? Click here to whatever. And if you're away when that comes up and you don't have 1 minute to say, yeah, I'm still here, then it logs you out. And that's happened to me so many times where I've made this most beautiful thing halfway through. And then I get logged out. And also sometimes Animal Jam glitches out where it logs you out. And it's a glitch, I get it, but it's annoying. And there's really nothing we can do about the glitch. But if it just logs you out, then it's annoying. And so I feel like Animal Jam shouldn't log you out if you're making a masterpiece. Unless someone hacks you, then it should log you out. But I feel like it shouldn't log you out if you're making a masterpiece, just because people do things. And then art takes a while if it's good. And sometimes even if it's good and it doesn't take a while, whatever. So, as you see, I am not done my beautiful masterpiece. I mean, I've got more to do. But I gotta go do something. So, it shouldn't log me out. And the next idea ties into this one. So, if Animal Jam put this idea into their game, then we wouldn't even need to have the last idea. And this idea is the idea where you can save your masterpiece to a draft. Now, it's a little complicated here, but I believe that there should be a draft file in Animal Jam. Like, see here, you've got the Taylor Ma, his drawing tutorials. You've got the print it, I think it is. Recycle your masterpiece, insert new, and then you've got the save to your computer. Right here, there is a space. There's a space where they should and could put save your masterpiece to a draft. Now, you shouldn't put save masterpiece to a draft. Well, I don't know. And then you can move this over a little bit. I mean, it would be a little more crowded, but it would be totally worth it. You could say save to draft, and then it would be in a draft file. Now, and like I said, it would be a little close, but there could be an option while you are in the saving to a draft process, and it would take place of this button, and it would say, do you want to save to a draft? Yes. Do you want to save it to your computer? Yes. And then maybe a second button right here, which would, say, do you want to take a draft file or whatever? I don't think it should take any files from your computer, because that way you can cheat really badly. You can go on someone's DeviantArt, and you can completely steal their work. And you're like, my art is the best. It's worth a black long. And then people be like, man, that art is good. I've got a black long. And I'm willing to trade. So they trade, and then you get a black long, and then you're a scammer. So, it's pretty shady. I mean, it's not the biggest scam. And heck, someone gets a good piece of art, but it's basically buying a black long. Not even. You're getting a free black long. Now, maybe it's not black long worthy, but if you find something black long worthy, I mean, that's good. So, I mean, that's just a really scummy way that people can do it. So I think there should be its own little separate file for Animal Jam saved to drafts. Just like it has for most other kind of social media things, and most other art things where you can save it, but it's saved to your computer, or just something awesome like that. Just so that you wouldn't have to have that last feature where it doesn't exit you out. I mean, if it exited you out and you're gone, I mean, that's your fault. You didn't save it to a draft. And also, it's not just for if you have to go and do something. If you're a really forgetful person, and you're like, oh my god, this is the best art idea I can do. I can draw this, and it'll be the best masterpiece ever. But I'm only halfway done this amazing art piece, and I need to save it, but I'm going to forget if I, just say, oh, I'm going to do this, or whatever. Or maybe you write it down, but you're going to lose the paper, or whatever. So maybe you can save it, go do that other masterpiece, and then come back to that masterpiece whenever. And that would make making masterpieces very popular, I think. Now, the next thing, I don't actually know how many people want this, but I definitely want this. As you see here, there's a color wheel, and you can just get the right color. If you say you want a light green, but not this green, because that's like way too bright or whatever, or even lighter than that, maybe you don't want this or whatever. You want this. That's like really light green. You should be able to get that perfect little sharp edge on it. And as you see here with the brushes, you've only got 6 selections. Now it might be hard just because of space, and they do definitely need to keep that in mind, just because we don't have the hugest space for drawing here anyway. So, yeah. I think there should be a little wheel that looks kind of like this. Like you've got your line. I'm going to color that black. Hold on. So you've got your line, and then you've got your little button here, and you've got your little button, and you move it from side to side. You say, I want it here, so that my brush size becomes this big, or whatever. Or you move it down, back this way, and say, oh, I want my brush size this big, so that you have an array of brush sizes. Can you guys put in the comments if you agree with that? Because I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I definitely want it. Next thing is something that's only slightly major. I mean, if they don't put that in, oh well, whatever. But with it, it'll be so much easier to make good art better. And I'm very bad at doing this, but not only would it help me improve, it would also make my art look 2 times better. Because if you look at all the masterpieces I've made, they're good, but they're not great. And I can draw a little better than good, but not quite great. But the masterpieces on here that I make are just good. And I want to get to great, if you know what I'm saying. So this feature is quite amazing. It's the fact that we should be able to blur. And people will be like, what? What do you mean, Cloudy? We got this. This is blur. No, that's not blur, people. Blurring is not this. This is what Animal Jam gives us. And blurring is combining. It's shading. But if you use Animal Jam's tool, it meshes around. It smears it. It doesn't blur. You have to, I don't know. I mean, certainly it can blur, but it takes ever. I don't know. Also, a selection source would be nice, but not mandatory, because, you know, yeah. But, like, we could make so much more with an actual blurt. And I actually see something that would be so cute. Like, look at this. And this is like a deer. Like, here are her legs, and this is her little tail, and this is her face, and that's her hair swept to the side, and, like, she has a little cap here. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I have such a good idea. So I think that's pretty much it. I did all the 5 things that I wanted, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and suggest to your friends. And, bye!